Imagine a society so fierce, so indomitable, that their name alone still echoes through history. Welcome to the world of the Spartans. Nestled in the rugged terrain of ancient Greece, the Spartan city-state was a crucible for producing some of history's most formidable warriors. Their society, unlike any other, was structured with one goal in mind: to create an elite class of soldiers. From the tender age of 7, Spartan boys were whisked away from their families and enrolled in the agoge, a rigorous education and training system that honed their minds and bodies for warfare. This unique upbringing, coupled with a culture that revered martial prowess, set the stage for the rise of Spartan military power. And in this society of warriors, one name stands out above all: King Leonidas. But who was this man, and how did his actions shape the legacy of the Spartans? Let's delve deeper into this fascinating tale of courage, sacrifice, and unyielding resolve. Born into a society that breathed warfare, Leonidas was destined to leave his mark. Born as a royal in the Spartan city-state, he was groomed to be a warrior from an early age. The Spartan regimen was anything but easy. As a young boy, Leonidas was subjected to extensive physical and mental training, preparing him for the rigors of Spartan society and warfare. His rise to power was not immediate. He was the third son of King Anaxandridas II, and his ascension to the throne was a matter of chance rather than birthright. Yet when the time came, Leonidas proved himself to be a king in every sense. A strategic and diplomatic leader, he guided Sparta through some of its most critical years. His rule was marked by a string of military and political achievements that solidified his place in Spartan history. Leonidas was known for his strategic acumen, leading his forces to numerous victories. He was not a king who ruled from the sidelines. Instead, he was a leader who led from the front, a warrior king who stood shoulder to shoulder with his men in battle. Leonidas's leadership skills were not limited to the battlefield. He was also a skilled diplomat, navigating the complex political landscape of ancient Greece with finesse and tact. He forged alliances, brokered peace, and ensured Sparta's place at the forefront of Greek city-states. Yet his most significant test was yet to come: a clash against an empire. In 480 BC, Leonidas and his 300 Spartans stood against the might of the Persian Empire at the pass of Thermopylae. The odds were staggering: a mere 300 Spartans facing an army of nearly 2 million Persians under King Xerxes. Yet Leonidas, with his strategic genius, had chosen the location wisely. The narrow pass of Thermopylae, aptly named the Hot Gates, allowed him to neutralize the Persian numerical superiority. The Spartan king, known for his tactical prowess, positioned his men in the middle of the pass. The Spartans, renowned for their discipline and courage, held their ground, their bronze shields and spears forming an impenetrable wall. For 2 days, the Persian forces were held at bay, their numbers counting for naught in the face of the Spartans' disciplined phalanx. But on the third day, a local resident named Ephialtes betrayed the Greeks, showing the Persians a mountain path that led behind the Spartan lines. Leonidas, upon learning of this treachery, knew the end was near. Yet, he chose to stay, to fight and make a stand that would echo through the ages. And so the final day of battle dawned. The Spartans, far from retreating, advanced to meet their fate. Leonidas was at the forefront, his spear finding the enemy with deadly precision until it snapped. Then he fought with his sword, his spirit unyielding. Eventually Leonidas fell, but not before taking countless Persians with him. His body was recovered by his men, who continued to fight until they too were overwhelmed and fell on the battlefield, their shields held high, their courage unbroken. Leonidas met his end at Thermopylae, but his spirit was far from vanquished. His sacrifice, the stand of the 300, became a beacon of resistance for the rest of Greece. His death was not in vain, for it sparked an inferno of Greek unity that ultimately led to the Persians' defeat. Leonidas and his Spartans had lost the battle, but their valor, their defiant stand, had won them immortality. Leonidas and his Spartans fell, but their courage sparked a flame in the hearts of their countrymen. The aftermath of the Battle of Thermopylae was a turning point in the Greco-Persian Wars. The Spartans, though heavily outnumbered, demonstrated a level of courage and strategic prowess that sent ripples through the ancient world. Let's momentarily step back to the immediate aftermath of the Battle of Thermopylae. The Greek city-states, inspired by the valor of Leonidas and his men, rallied together in an unprecedented show of unity. They were no longer a fragmented group of territories but a single force to be reckoned with. The Spartans, who had previously been known for their internal squabbles, had become a symbol of Greek resistance, their king a martyr for the cause. In the years following the battle, this newfound unity led to a resurgence of Greek power. The city-states began to push back against the Persians, culminating in the decisive Greek victories at the battles of Salamis and Plataea. The Persians were eventually driven out of Greece, marking the end of their invasion attempts. But the legacy of Leonidas and his Spartans didn't stop there. Their tale of bravery against insurmountable odds has been recounted and romanticized throughout history. Their stand at the hot gates of Thermopylae has become a symbol of resistance against tyranny, a lesson in strategic genius, and a testament to the power of unity. Leonidas's legacy has permeated popular culture. From literature to movies, the tale of the 300 Spartans has been told and retold, each iteration adding to the mythos of the Spartan king and his fearless warriors. The phrase, "come back with your shield or on it," reportedly said by Spartan women to their sons and husbands going to war, still resonates today, symbolizing an unwavering commitment to the cause, no matter the cost. In the realm of military strategy, Leonidas's tactics at Thermopylae continue to be studied. His decision to use the terrain to his advantage, forcing the vast Persian army into a narrow passage where their numbers counted for little, is considered a masterstroke in strategic thinking. Over 2 millennia later, the name Leonidas still symbolizes bravery and strategic genius. Such is the legacy of this Spartan king and his fearless warriors.